Hi, everyone. I'm just going to give a few seconds for everyone to join, and then we can start from there. Just going to give about 20 more seconds, and then we'll start with the webinar. Welcome, everyone, to this final session on getting started with Mayday. In this webinar, we'll be going through how to accelerate your onboarding and setup. This will be a step-by-step tutorial. So to those of you joining us for the first time, my name is Hein van Zyl. I'm the Commercial Associate here at Mayday. And today we're just going to go through a step-by-step process of how to get your trial set up, how to connect your intercompany balances, how to get all of your Xero organizations connected. Just before I start, if you want to follow along while I go through the setup, you're more than welcome to head over to www.getmayday.com. You can open up to our homepage. There'll be a button that says try for free. And once you do click on it, you'll be taken towards the setup process, which I'll get to in a minute. I'll be going slow through this first bit. If you want to follow along, you're more than welcome to go step by step. And then once we get done with the general setup, I'll speed things a little bit up just to get through it all, because not everything might be applicable to all of the groups. Some groups might need to set up Balancer, some groups might not. So once I'm done with the initial setup, I'll speed things up a little bit, but I will go a little bit slower in the beginning for everyone to join. Just a bit of housekeeping as well. You're more than welcome if you have any questions to send them through either in the group chat or in the question and answer session. I'll try my best to answer them throughout the webinar. Otherwise, there is time at the end where we can go through it and I'll answer any questions that you have. So from here on, I'm just going to go started and have a look at the agenda for today. So as mentioned, this is a trial setup. We'll be going through exactly step by step, helping you set up the Mayday 30-day free trial. Then we'll have a look at access and navigation through Mayday. We'll have a look at setting up Balancer, setting up Recharger, setting up Brag, Mayday HQ Recognizer, and then also at the end, I'm just going to take you briefly through how to sign up. So this is when you've already done your 30-day free trial. It's about to expire and you'd like to subscribe to Mayday. So how do you subscribe to Mayday? How do you use a discount code if you have one? And then I'll also just briefly cover on the Help Center. So this is where you can be able to view any of our help articles or support articles if you have any questions on any of the products, or if you just want to do a little bit of upskilling by yourself. It is just worth noting I won't be going into any detail regarding Balancer, Recharger, Brag, Mayday HQ, or Recognizer. We have already covered that in previous product webinars. And so I'll just refer back to the webinars to have a look at that. Or we also do have on-demand video recordings, which you can also watch in the Help Center that I'll show a little bit later on. So this would just mainly be on setting up the settings for each of those products. Before we get started then, I'm just going to give a minute if you want to join. You're more than welcome to go through that. Or if you have any questions at the beginning, you're welcome as well. I'm going to switch over to setting up Mayday. So like I mentioned, once you go to Mayday, there's the option to then start your free trial, and then you'll be taken to this specific view. So I'm just going to give a second or two if anyone's joining that's following along, so they can follow along here. It is quite simple. You'll see that it is only 5 steps to set up your group. So it's quite easy, quite effective if you want to do it for each group. You can provide a group name then. In our example, we're just going to use Mayday Demo Organizations. Once you've given it a name, you can head over to next steps. Here is where you'd be able to choose to connect your organizations. You can either connect Xero organizations or QuickBooks organizations. All you have to do is click on the specific software. Once you've clicked on it here, you'll provide it with this view where you are then able to select the organizations that you have access to. So we've already got these organizations selected just because we've already created this group. But if there's any organizations that you then want to add, you're more than welcome to just click on them. So all the relevant ones as needed, or remove them where relevant. Once you've selected the entities that you'd like to add to your group, you can just click continue with 6 organizations. From here on then, you'd be taken back here. I just use the back there because we've already got those entities connected. But once you've connected all of your Xero entities, you'll be able to view them here. Once again, just to make sure that these are the necessary ones that need to be added. If you need to add one more, you can jump back in there. Or if you need to remove one, you can just click on the little X. We're going ahead with next steps. Once you've connected your Xero organizations, we provide you with the products we currently have here at Mayday. So here you can see Mayday HQ, Brag, Recharger, and Balancer. You can disconnect any of the products if needed here. Just to be aware, for your 30-day free trial, there's no cost involved, so you might as well use all of the products that you have at hand. And only once you get to the subscription would you need to then choose which products do you need to use or not. If you want to remove any, let's for example say deferred revenue. I know this group doesn't have any deferred revenue, so it really isn't applicable in this instance. All you have to do is click on that little tick box and remove it. Or if you want to add it back on there, tick it again. You can change it at any stage, at a later stage. So if you've already set up your group and at later you want to have a look at deferred revenue or prepayments and you didn't select them during setup, it's quite easy just to get that back up and running. I'll just cover that in a moment. From here on, you can hit on to next steps again. And then we give you the opportunity to choose your start date. Now your start date is the date at which we start pulling information from Xero and start displaying it within Mayday. Normally, we advise this is for your intercompany balances or recharges, that it's the date where you know your intercompany balances last balance. So in our example, we know our last time our intercompany's balance was in January 2024. So we've chosen to pull data all the way back from Jan 2024. But if you want a more recent date, you can always select the date most applicable. If your intercompany balances are at balance up until September or October, you can just click on that specific date and only pull information from there. Once again, this is changeable at any stage if you want to do that later on during your trial. But for now, we've selected Jan 2024. From here, you can click continue and then configure your intercompany balances. So this is essentially relating to Balancer, where there's monitoring your intercompany balances, identifying any discrepancies. We've already got a few selected here because we've already set the group up. But as soon as you start your group, you'll have no intercompany balances here. And all you have to do is click on Add Intercompany Balance. Here, we provide you with the opportunity to then create the intercompany balance between your entities in Mayday. So this ones have already have an intercompany balance in Xero. So you can just select the relevant entities and then also select the relevant loan accounts for that entity. So we can't do one now because we've already got that set up, but I'll show you exactly how that would look. So you can exactly search for each intercompany account, which you'd like to be enabled. Just as an example, this is how it would look if you want to set it up for your intercompany account. So you'll choose Mayday London HQ. And then within Mayday London HQ, you're going to choose your intercompany account with Australasia Holdings. And in Australasia Holdings, you're going to choose your intercompany account for London HQ. And it's just worth noting for every intercompany balance, you just need to make sure that these 2 tick boxes at the bottom is ticked. This just allows us to say this is the intercompany balance when reconciling transactions in Brag. So we know that once you reconcile a payment in Brag, this is the intercompany balance that we need to use, or intercompany account that we need to use for this intercompany balance. And when we do intercompany postings through Recharger or Balancer, we know that for both of these entities, these are the intercompany balance that we need to use. The only situation where you would not tick these tick boxes is if you have multiple intercompany accounts between these 2 entities. So if we have one Mayday London HQ intercompany account with Australasia Holdings and only one intercompany account in Australasia Holdings with London HQ, then this always needs to be ticked. But if you have multiple intercompany accounts in here, you only need to tick those for the ones that you know the general ledger account you're going to use for that intercompany balance. And then once again, for this little tick boxes down below, this relates more towards your interest that's being posted. So you have the opportunity to set this to be always the creditor, the one charging the interest, or not having the FX adjustment within that one. Or if you untick that specific box there, what we're going to do is we're going to work out the balance between them. So whichever has the debit balance is going to be seen as the creditor and going to raise the interest, and whoever has the credit balance is then going to be the debtor, and they're going to be charged the interest. But for now, we've set it up so that our London HQ entity is always the creditor raising the interest. It's worth knowing as well that you can do intercompany balances on an AR and AP level as well. So this is specifically where there's a invoice and bill rates between entities. So in our example, I'm just going to choose Mayday Australasia Holdings and then Mayday Australasia OpCo. And when you want to set up the AR and AP, it's worth noting that you just need to jump over to contacts at the top right-hand side there. And now we're pulling through all the contacts you have within that specific Xero file. So you can just search for your OpCo entity. So I want to choose Mayday Australasia OpCo as the contact for Mayday Australasia OpCo. And in Mayday Australasia OpCo, I'm going to choose Holdings as the relevant contact. Once you've set it up here, you'll see this is specifically indicated by this little AR and AP tag at the back. And you can just save this to create your intercompany balances with AR and AP between all of your entities. You can do this for all of the intercompany balances between your entities, as you can see in the example here. Once you've set this up, you can hit continue. It is worth noting as well that you can change this at any stage during your trial. So once you've set it up, it isn't marked in stone. You can change it later on, and I'll also show you how to do that in a moment. Once you've set up your intercompany balance, you can hit continue. Here you can install your browser extension for Bragg. So just as a quick refresher, Bragg is where there's a bank transaction in one entity that pays a bill or an invoice that is actually recorded in another entity, and you'd like to reconcile that without jumping in between those Xero files. So you can download the browser extension either for Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge. And it's also worth noting that this needs to be done on a per user level. So just because one user, for example, myself, logging in, downloading a browser extension for my computer doesn't necessarily mean the next teammate of mine who logs in will automatically have that browser extension. Each teammate that logs in would just need to download the browser extension. Once again, I'll show you how to do that from within Mayday in a minute. If you then click on downloading this browser extension, you'll be taken towards your Google Chrome extension. I've already downloaded it here, but if you download it in for the first time, you'll be see here where you can download the Mayday browser extension, and it will pop up here on the right-hand side. If it doesn't show here immediately, all you have to do is head over to that nice little puzzle piece next to it, and then from your browser extensions, just choose to pin Mayday, which will mean it shows up there every time you open up your browser. And all you have to do is connect to Mayday specifically from within here once a day, maybe the first time you log in or the first time you sign into Xero. Once you've downloaded that, you can just close your specific tab and then head back over into your settings. From here, you can click on continue. And here we provide you with support documents that you can read through. So if you want to upskill yourself or read more up on Bragg, Recharge, or Recognizer, you can more than willing to just jump into either one of those here. You can bookmark them for ease of use if you just want to jump in them at a later stage. But from here, you can get started with your Mayday free trial. So if you hit Let's Go here, you'll be taken in towards your Mayday group. From within here, you'll see as soon as you sign up, there's going to be this little sync icon spinning the whole time. This is just because now you've created that group. And from the date you've chosen at your start date, we are pulling in all that information from that start date. So it is worth noting, this sync is dependent on your start date. If you've chosen a date as far back as we did, like January 2024, it can be a little while for this to sync, maybe half an hour, because we're pulling data as far back as 2024 for 6 entities. If you've chosen the start of October or the end of September as your date, and you only have 2 entities within your group, it can be as quick as 5 minutes or almost instantly. So this can vary just based on the volume of transactions we need to pull and the date from which we need to pull that back. If we have a look at Mayday here, in the left-hand side, you'll see at the top where it says Mayday Demo Organizations. This is the group that you've created. If you're an accounting firm, a fractional CFO, or if you have multiple Mayday groups that you created, the way to navigate between them is heading over to this Change Group link here. Once you click on that, here you can see all of the groups that you are a member of, so you can easily switch between them. Or if you have an already existing group, like we have with Mayday Demo Orgs, and you want to now create a new group, maybe for a new client or a new organization, then all you have to do is you don't have to go back to Get Mayday, click on Start a Free Trial. You can just come into your normal group already and click on Create Group, and this will take you to go through the whole set up your trial process again. We're just going to stay in Mayday Demo Orgs for this moment in time. In the left, then again, you'll see the product library. Here's where you can navigate between the products we have here at Mayday, which just as a refresher is Balancer, Recharger, Bragg, Mayday HQ, and then our single entity product recognizer for deferred revenue and prepayment schedule. So you can easily jump between any of those products if you'd like. Once again, we get to the sync button. It is worth noting that you can force a sync at any time. So we do sync regularly throughout the day. Normally, each time you log in the morning, you will have a fresh set of data in here. But if you want to force a sync at any stage, you can just come in here, click on that little sync button, and it will go force a sync through from 0 to Mayday to have the most recent information within your Mayday group. If you have a look at sources here at the left-hand side, second from above, these are all the groups that you currently have connected to your Mayday group, or sorry, 0 entities you currently have to your Mayday group. So if you want to search through any of them, you can search for them here. Or if you want to add a new organization, a new 0 entity to a group, you can connect the organization here. Or if you want to remove an entity, you'd also come over into your sources, choose the entity that you'd like to disconnect from your Mayday organization, from your Mayday group. And then all you have to do is disconnect from 0. And you'll see a pop-up appear saying, are you sure you want to archive the entity? You can say yes, and then this 0 entity would then be disconnected from your Mayday group. If we have a look at the third option of the above there, settings. Here's where you'd be able to invite any team members to your group. So if you know that you'd like to add any team members here, it's as easy as just clicking on the right-hand side, invite teammate. Here you can provide us with your teammate's email address. And it's just worth noting, this should be the email address that they usually use to log into those specific 0 entities. So you just need to make sure that you provide the correct email address. It's also worth noting, if you don't invite them here and they just go over to getmayday.com, start a free trial, and enter their email address in there, they'll be prompted to create a whole new Mayday group. So they won't be joining this one automatically. If they want to join this one, they would need to be invited by a team member first. In here, you are also be able to select, if you are the owner of the group, who the owner of this group needs to specifically be. In this example, I am not the owner, so I can't set those permissions. But if I was, I would be able to change that in here. If we have a look at the second from the top down billing, I'll get into this in more detail in a moment, but this is where you would choose then to subscribe to Mayday and what plan you'd like to subscribe to. Our third option here is products. So as mentioned previously, during the setup, you had the opportunity to choose which products you'd like to be enabled. Well, if you did disable a product in there and you would like to re-enable that product, you can head over into products in here, and you can then choose to activate any of the products for your specific group or disactivate any of them if you'd like. Exchange rates, here is where you can add any exchange rate if you want to override the exchange rate we already use. So you can add a new one here, choose the date, choose the rate, and then we'd use that going forward. If you disconnected any entities from sources, like I just mentioned a minute ago, you'll find them here in archive entities. So if there's any situation where you disconnected an entity and later on you want to reconnect that entity to your group, you can just jump over into archive entities. There'll be a list of disconnected entities, and you can reconnect that entity to Mayday to start pulling in that information from there again. That, in a nutshell, is the basic setup of your group. So from on here, you're ready to go. You're ready to jump in between your products, have a look. I am going to go into a little bit specific, so product specific settings in here. I'll start with Balancer initially and then go from there. Once again, just as a reminder, if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to send them through in the group chat or in the Q&A session, which I'd be able to answer during the webinar or at any stage later on. If we have a look at our multi-entity product specifically, you have the account mapping, and this is specifically needed where there is an FX adjustment. So if you have any multi-currency intercompany account codes, you would need to provide us with the realized currency gains account. If you don't have any multi-currency intercompany accounts, you can just leave this as empty and it would not be applicable. If there's any interest raised between your intercompany accounts, once again, you can provide us for each entity. Where does the interest paid need to go to, and where does the interest earned need to go to in your specific general ledger accounts? If you are not raising any interest between your intercompany accounts, you can just leave both these tabs as empty. It is worth noting, due to Xero's API, we can't use their already existing realized currency gains account there because it's seen as a locked account in Xero. We can't do any payments or make any payments toward that specific account. So all you would need to do if you want to do your FX adjustment, you'd need to jump into your Xero file, create a new realized currency gain account, and just enable payments into that specific account, and then add that in here for each of your entities. And once you've added in there, we do the FX adjustment into that specific general ledger account. Once you're done, you can just set this up for each entity within the group. And once you have all of them marked inside, you can just save this. For intercompany balances, like I mentioned, if you missed any during setup or you want to add any afterwards, you can jump into intercompany balances here. At the top right-hand side, you can then create an intercompany balance again, and you go through the same process as you would with your setup. Or if you want to edit any intercompany balances, you can edit it in here as well. So if you want to add any other accounts in there, you want to change the entities or change the specific checkboxes, you can do that as well. Once you've changed anything, you can just save it and that would be updated. For conversion balances, this is when we pull the information from your Xero file. So when you choose the start date, we'll display any conversion balances in here. Archetype rules, this is specifically towards your recharges. So if you set up any recharge rules, but later on decided that you want to remove that rule is no longer applicable, you can choose to archive a rule and they'll appear here in a list view. Once again, if you want to restore this rule, you can just come over in here and restore it, and it would be applied to your rules and recharges going forward again. If you have Recognizer enabled, you'll have this option to then set up Recognizer in here for deferred revenue and prepayments. I'll jump into that in a minute when I get to Recharger. The first one that I want to cover in here is your group details. So as I mentioned during the beginning, if you want to change any start date, you can head over here, jump into your settings. In your settings, scroll way down to the bottom, and then here you'd be able to edit your group. So you can change the group name if you'd like, or then you can change the start date if that is needed. So maybe you've come in, you've chosen January 2024 as your start date. You've had a look in Balancer, you've reconciled all your intercompany balances to date, but you don't want to see all of that information in Balancer in there. You'd only want to see balances from October 2025. You can just come in here, you can select October 2025, you can save it, you can give Mayday a moment to sync, and then from there on, we'll only show you balances from October 2025. So this is if you want to change a later date. You can do that for a prior date as well. So if you see, you've now selected Jan 2024 as due date, but even prior to Jan 2024, there are discrepancies between your intercompany accounts, and you want to use Mayday to fix it, you can just come in here and then change to a prior date and select the applicable month as well. Once again, once you're ready, you can just hit save, and then you can go from there. If we have a look at more product-specific settings, in Balancer, if we head over to the dashboard, just as a quick refresher, Balancer is where there is monitoring your intercompany balances, keeping it aligned and in sync. You'll see that there are Balancer settings on your top right-hand side here. First, the one I want to focus on initially is if you've selected, like we have with the example here, intercompany account code 630 in Mayday London HQ to Australasia Holdings. It's just worth noting that you need to make sure within your Xero file, you have payments enabled to this specific account. Because if we jump into our C transaction details, we see that there is a discrepancy for the specific month, and we now want to come in here and fix this discrepancy. We allow you the opportunity to then post a journal from within Mayday back into Xero and posting that into your intercompany account. But in order for us to be able to do that, you would need payments enabled in Xero specifically for this intercompany account. So all you have to do is head over to your Xero file. You can go over to accounting, into your chart of accounts. In here, you can search for the relevant intercompany accounts. So I'm just going to search for intercompany. I know that one specifically was with Intercompany Australasia Holdings, or if you have any other one there as well. You can select that and just make sure that you have enabled payments to this account, because we need to be able to make a journal or invoice and bill posting in there. Once you're ready, you can just save that, and then you can head back into Mayday and use that specific intercompany account. And you just need to do that for each intercompany account within the entities you've connected to Mayday. Once you've done that, you're ready to then start posting from within Mayday back into Xero. If I jump back into my Balancer dashboard in here, like I mentioned, you have the opportunity to set your settings on the right-hand side here. So here you can choose any entity to be the creditor. So like I explained, the creditor specifically relates to the interest postings. We work out which entity has the debit balance within the intercompany account, and then that entity is set as the creditor. Or you have the opportunity to set the following entities are always creditors. So if you want to know that our London HQ entity is always going to be the creditor in every single intercompany account it has, then you can set that specific one as always being the creditor, and it will always raise the interest for all of the intercompany accounts that has that entity connected. Or you can leave it as any intercompany balance, and that changes based on the debit and credit in each entity. We also allow you to then set a balance discrepancy. So this is specifically towards your intercompany accounts. If you have any circumstances where there's a 0.1 discrepancy, but you really don't want to go through all of that nuances to go through and find that 0.1% or 0.1 discrepancy, because it's such a small amount, you can come in here and change this to whatever you'd like. So if you're happy and say 0.1 is immaterial, you really don't care about a 0.1 discrepancy between your loan accounts, you can come in here, set that specific amount. As you can see here, balances will be colored green if the discrepancy is less than this in the currency. So if you then set that specific amount, you can save, and that's specifically for intercompany balances where there's a discrepancy of less than 1, which still be shown as green imbalance, and you're happy with that. For each intercompany balance, it's just worth noting if interest is applicable, you can head over to the left-hand side here, where you can choose your interest percentage. So for each interest you want to raise on the intercompany balances, it's worth just setting the interest percentage and confirming the variable rate. So if you want to add a new one, you can choose to add a new one. You can choose the date from which this interest percentage needs to be applied, and then also the interest percentage amount. So if I want to change that to 8%, you can change it to 8%, and then you can confirm your variable rate. And once again, you'd be able to post that interest either as an invoice or a bill, or add as a journal into both Xero files. You can also override any of the exchange rates that we use from within your Balancer dashboard. So if you know that this is a multi-currency account, like it is with this example, you have the opportunity to change the FX rate that we use. So you can see here, there's this little edit icon right underneath the exchange rate that we display, and you can then change the interest rate, or sorry, not the interest rate, the exchange rate here for each individual intercompany account. Here is the one that we use with default, but if you want to change this to 0.5, you can just change that to 0.5, and then you have the option to choose to set this as the daily rate for the 30th of September 2025. You can choose to post it for the whole month of September 2025, or you can choose to set this as the fixed for all time. So all throughout the time you're pulling in data from Xero to Mayday, we're going to use 0.5 as the exchange rate. I'm going to cancel this because we don't want to override our exchange rate, but you can come in here, head over to that little edit sign, and override any of the exchange. It is worth noting, as you saw now, that this is all for September 2025. If you want to change the date that you want to do the interest posting for, or change or override the exchange rate, all you have to do is head over into here, where it says view balances at the 30th of September 2025. If you want to choose a prior date, you can then select August 2025. Once again, specifically have a look at the intercompany balances that have multi-currency. You can come in here, change that, and you'll see that applies to August for 2025. Then that is all of the settings that you need to set up for Balancer. From there on out, you're ready to start using it, ready to jump into intercompany balances, reconcile and correct any asymmetries if needed. Once you're ready for Balancer, then you can have a look at recharge rules. There aren't many specific rules for recharger. So just as a quick refresher, you can create recharge rules for expenses, for revenue items, for balance sheet items, and then for Mayday rules as well. Where I just want to quickly cover off settings is in apportionment. So once again, just as a quick refresher, this is where there's an apportionment that you want to base your rules off, that you know you're going to create more than one rule based off of this apportionment, and you don't want to each time you create that rule re-enter the same apportionment. So once you can come in here, you can add a new apportionment, and you can then change this at any date needed. For apportionments, it is not, or you can edit the apportionment name at the top here. But if an apportionment is used in an active rule, you'll see that you can't delete the specific apportionment. So if I have a look at an apportionment that's not currently used within an active rule, you'll see that there's the delete apportionment ability here. So I can just delete this apportionment. It's not being used in a rule and it will be removed. But if I have a look at all of the other ones in here, as is our Australian floor space, you'll see that that jar empty there, the ability to delete disappears. That's just because this apportionment is used within an active rule. And if we delete it here, our rules would also be incomplete. So you aren't able to delete any in there. That is most of the settings that you need to set up for Recharger. Beyond this, setup requires just creating a rule, and then then you're ready to run your calculations during month end. But we covered all of that in our Recharger specific product webinar. So you're more than welcome to refer back to the webinar if there's any questions that you have on this. We also have an on-demand webinar within our help center that I'll show in a moment, which covers a really masterclass on Recharger specific. So if you want to see exactly what Recharger can do and what rules you can create, I'd highly recommend going through that webinar. It has a lot of valuable information in there. Bragg, once again, if you have any teammates that logged in at a later stage and they want to now download the browser extension, all they have to do is head over to Product Library, jump into Setup, and then here's where they'd have the opportunity to download the browser extension for their Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge. Once again, I just want to emphasize that you do need to do this on a user per user level. It's not just because one user downloaded that every user gets this. You can do this on a per user level. If we have a look at Mayday HQ, then from there on out, you can jump into the dashboard. And here's where you'd be able to see all of your entities connected in here. The only setup required is once you could jump into Mayday HQ here, you won't see this page initially. What you'll see is a list of all of the companies or entities that you've connected to Mayday. And here you can select your primary entity. So as you can see here, we've selected Mayday Australasia OpCo as our primary entity, but you can change this at any date. So if you have a look at our chart of account, why the primary entity is important is within our chart of accounts, you choose a primary entity. And then what we go and do is we compare all of the chart of accounts across all of your entities within the group against this primary entity's chart of accounts. So we're saying that this is our most complete chart of accounts, and this is what we want to have our other entities within the group also reflect this chart of account. But if that changes and you'd like to use Mayday Australasia Holdings as your primary entity now, all you have to do is click on that little star next to its name. You'll see that it changes to make Mayday Australasia Holdings your primary entity. And now we're going and comparing all of the chart of accounts across all our entities against the chart of account in specifically Mayday Holdings. These are changeable at any stage. If you at a later stage decide that Mayday London HQ is your primary entity, you can click on it there. You'll see that all of the relevant information in here changes. I'm just going to change it back to Australia Holdings as our head entity. And now you can see here exactly it compares against specifically Mayday Australasia Holdings, and you can be able to use your Mayday HQ for your chart of account alignment and tracking category alignment across all of your entities as well. We jump into specifically Recognizer for deferred revenue and prepayments. You'll remember that in settings, in the last few options in here, we have Recognizer where you need to set up the deferred revenue and prepayments specifically. So we covered this within our Recognizer product webinar, but I'm just going to run through it quite briefly as well. For each entity for deferred revenue, you can choose to show received monies, invoices, and journals. And this is what you would see in the inbox within Recognizer. So specifically for deferred revenue, you'll see received monies, invoices, and journals. The on or after date is the date from which we start showing you these received monies, invoices, and journals. So we've selected from 1 Jan 2025. We're going into the revenue accounts and providing you with all of the received monies, invoices, and journals you've assigned towards these revenue accounts. So if you want to remove a revenue account, you can just remove one there. Or if you want to add a revenue account, you want to say we need to go and look into sales. We need to go and look into interest income. And within other revenue, within sales, and within interest income, we need to provide you with the received monies, invoices, and journals that you've assigned towards these 3 revenue accounts from the 1st of Jan 2025. And then they are going to be deferred to the income and advance account. Once again, if you want to add any account in there, like a deferred revenue account or anything like that, you can search for that specific account, assign it, or remove one if necessary. And you just need to set this up for each Xero file that you want to use deferred revenue for. As you can see, you just need to set that for each individual one. Once you've created it, you're ready to go start using your deferred revenue schedule. For prepayments, it works quite similar in principle. So you can choose to show bills or spend monies. You can choose the on or after date. And then we have the cost account. Now, initially, it will default to choose all of the cost accounts you have in your Xero file. But that can be quite overwhelming. It can be too much. It could also be unnecessary. So if you know that, for example, in our Australasia Holdings entity, that we're never going to post a bill or spend money to superannuation that would ever need to be prepaid. We're quite satisfied and happy that we can then remove that specific cost account code. And the same would go to depreciation. The same would go for our wages and salaries. We're never going to post a bill or spend money to our wages and salary account that would ever need to be prepaid. So I'm satisfied that I can remove those ones, and you can leave only the ones relevant in here so that you know only bills and spend money specifically assigned towards these cost accounts would show in your inbox. And then once again, you can choose the prepayments of where those need to be prepaid to. And you can also select import opening balances for your Google Sheet if needed. Once again, we did cover this within our Recognizer product demo or product webinar, apologies. So you can run through that, refer back to that one if needed, or we do cover that in our Mayday Basics on Demand webinar as well. So just as a view back, we've covered on how to sign up. We've covered how to set up or connect your Xero organizations. We've gone through connecting and creating intercompany balances, choosing your products, then jumping in the navigation. So we had a look at the product library, how to navigate between Balancer, Recharger, Bragg, and Mayday HQ. We've gone through the settings, adding team members, choosing billing options. We've gone through adding intercompany balances in there, account mappings, setting up deferred revenue and prepayment schedules. The last thing that I just want to have a look at before we go over to the question and answers is once you've decided that you want to start using Mayday beyond your 30-day free trial, so you've gone through your 30 days, you've tested it out, you're happy and satisfied that you now want to subscribe to Mayday, going further than the trial, all you have to do is head over to billing in here. So you can choose billing. You can then head over to your upgrade free plan. So initially, while you're on your free trial, you'll always see the free trial in here. And then you can choose to upgrade plan. If you do choose to upgrade the plan, you'll provide it with this view where you can choose the relevant plan based on your needs. So you have the basic plan, the passive plan, the active plan, and advanced plan. And just as a quick refresher, the basic plan only allows access to Balancer for only up to 3 intercompany balances, all in the same currency. Passive plan allows access to Balancer for multi-currency accounts, unlimited intercompany balances, FX adjustments, interest. The active plan allows access to our full multi-entity product suite. So that's Balancer, Recharger, Bragg, and Mayday HQ. And advanced are for really large groups that have a set of bespoke needs. So maybe you need 1,000 recharge rules to be created or 2,000 recharge rules to be created. That would be more for your advanced plan. We can assist you with doing that in the back end. So once you've chosen the plan that you've liked, I'm just going to use the active plan in this example. You can switch to see the annual amount. So that would be your once-off payment, or you can choose to see the monthly amount to see what it would cost on a monthly plan. And you can also change the currencies as needed. So if you want to view it in Australian dollar or GBP, you can change that as well. I'm just going to choose our annual in this example. And then down at the bottom is where you can select if you want to add deferred revenue and prepayments to your account. And as you can see, if you selected deferred revenue, your prepayments would default to have 50% off. So if you want to use both products, you would get 50% off the second product. And you can also choose specifically for which entities you want to use that product. So if you know, I have 8 entities connected to Mayday, but I only want to use deferred revenue for 6, then you can just select that for 6 entities. Now, there is one thing to note here. During your setup, you selected to add deferred revenue to your specific account. And now you're in here, you realize that you don't need deferred revenue for all 8 of your entities. You only need it for 6 out of the 8 entities. So you've selected 6 in here. But as you can see, it says you're not allowed to calculate the payment. And the reason for that is within our settings, we still have deferred revenue enabled for 8 entities. So once you see, if you hover over here, it says you are currently using more than your chosen plan would allow. 8 entities enabled in deferred revenue. So you just need to update your settings. And how you would do that is if you jump back into Mayday, you head over to settings for your deferred revenue. And here you'll see enable deferred revenue for the entities that you've selected. So if you know 6 out of the 8 need deferred revenue, but Australasia Holding doesn't, and Mayday Australasia OpCo doesn't, you can just remove that checkbox that says enable deferred revenue. You can hit save. And then once you go into billing from there, you'd be able to then subscribe to only 6. And our example, I'm just going to continue with the 8 there. So we're just going to choose the active plan. We're going to choose deferred revenue and prepayments for all 8 of our entities. Now you can go over to calculate payments. And then here's where you'd be able to add the discount code. So because you've attended all of our product webinars, you'll have a 25% off offer here. And this is where you'd be able to then enter the specific discount code. So you can, in the left-hand side, click on add discount code, and then just copy over your discount code in there. So it's just worth noting, if you choose the annual plan, you need to use the annual discount promotion code. If you use the monthly promotion code here, it won't apply. And vice versa as well. If you choose the monthly method or monthly cycle, you just need to add the monthly promotion code here. Once you've added it, you can click apply, and you'll see it would calculate automatically and show you what your total payment is. You can then just provide the necessary billing details and subscribe to Mayday to start. I just want to show you as well, once you've started this, if you want to do any upskilling or any reading up upon Mayday itself, or just want to see what our products are capable of, down in the left navigation bottom here, the last one is Help Center. So if you head over into the Help Center here, here's where you are able to then read up upon all of our products, upskilling, if there's anything you'd like to know, if there's any hurdles during any stage of your free trial, you're more than welcome to reach out to us via the chat box at the right, or you can just jump into the Help Center here if you want to see if there's anything that specifically you want to read upon. So if you have a look at the Get Started here, this is literally step-by-step guides on everything I just went through with you during this whole webinar. So you can go through the setup process. You'll see it's exactly like I just explained and mentioned. So it takes you step-by-step through everything we've just discussed. There's a lot of YouTube video content involved as well. And that has also Help Center for each of the products. So you can have a look at Balancer, Recharger, Bragg, Mayday HQ. And then the last one down here is where you'd find the webinars that I keep referring to. So if you jump into webinars in here, you'll see that you have training webinars and feature launches. So training webinars is where our on-demand training webinars are. There's one for basics, so it covers everything a Mayday or a new Mayday user needs to know. So this goes through Bragg, it goes through Balancer, Recharger, everything we just did in all of our previous product webinars. You can go through here, or you can have a look at the Recharger Masterclass, which is a really deep dive into advanced Recharger use cases. So you can exactly see what rules we can create, what's possible using Recharger. And it also is viewable at any stage for your convenience, or you can view any feature launches for any updates, new releases that we made, like Mayday HQ and our version 2 for Mayday as well. That, in a nutshell, is our quick getting started with Mayday. Thank you so much for attending this session. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to be here with us, to go through it all. If there's any questions that you guys have, you're more than welcome to send them through in the chat or in the Q&A session. You're also more than welcome to reach out to me personally at hein.vansale@getmayday.com. If you have any questions, or if you still need to or want to book a one-on-one onboarding call, you're more than welcome to reach out to there as well. Also, just as a reminder, we do have the special offer for attending these webinars. It's 25% off a Mayday subscription until the 31st of October, and it's 6 months off if you choose the monthly plan, or 12 months off if you choose the annual plan. I'm just going to leave a moment now. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to pop them up in the chat box or the question and answer session, and I'll answer them afterwards. Otherwise, if you have no questions and you're ready to go, thank you so much for attending. I really hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope to see you in Mayday soon. Thank you, everyone. I'm just going to give about 30 more seconds. If there are no questions, then I'm going to end the webinar there. but please do reach out if you have any questions. Alrighty, then I'm going to end the webinar here. Enjoy your day, guys. Bye-bye.